Hello friends, if you own your home and you are over 60, there is one bill you should check before it arrives in the mail again. I am talking about your property tax bill. Not your mortgage, not your homeowner's insurance, not your electric bill. Your property tax bill. Because in many parts of the United States, older homeowners may qualify for some kind of local property tax relief. It may be called a senior exemption. It may be called a homestead exemption. It may be called an over 65 exemption, an assessment freeze, star, enhanced star, a deferral, or a local option benefit. But here is the warning. This is not one nationwide program. It is not automatic for every senior. And it is not the same in every state, county, city, town, or school district. Two people can both be retired, both own their homes, both live on Social Security, and both be worried about rising taxes. But one person may qualify for a reduction while the other person does not, simply because they live in different places or because one person filed before the deadline and the other person never knew to ask. So before your next property tax bill arrives, I want you to ask your local office one clear question. Do you have any senior property tax relief program that may apply to my home? Then ask them to check for exemptions, freezes, deferrals, star programs, over 65 benefits, and local options. That one question can matter. Property taxes are one of the hardest bills for retirees on a fixed income. Your Social Security check may only rise a little. Your pension may stay flat. Your savings may have to last longer than expected. But your property tax bill can keep climbing year after year. And when the bill arrives, many homeowners just assume the amount is correct. They look at the total, feel overwhelmed, and try to figure out what to cut from the monthly budget. But in some areas, there are programs designed to reduce the taxable value of a home, freeze part of the assessment, lower school taxes, postpone certain taxes, or give an extra exemption to homeowners who meet local requirements. Again, not everyone qualifies, but too many people never find out because nobody personally calls them and says, "You should apply." Before we go through the checklist, if you are not subscribed yet, subscribe and turn on the bell. Rules around Social Security, Medicare taxes, scams, and local senior benefits can change. Many people are never personally notified. I break these topics down in plain English so you know what to check before a deadline passes. Now let's go through the property tax checklist. Check number 1. Understand that your county matters. This is the most important point in the entire video. Senior property tax relief is usually state, county, city, town, or school district specific. That means you should not rely on a random video title, a Facebook post, a private website, or a neighbor in another state to tell you what you qualify for. Your real source is the official office that handles property assessment or property tax exemptions where your home is located. In one place, that office may be called the county assessor. In another place, it may be the county appraisal district. In Florida, many homeowners deal with the county property appraiser. In other places, it may be called the tax assessor, tax collector, revenue office, or chief county assessment office. The office name can change, but the question is the same. Which property tax benefits are available for this address? Those last 3 words matter, for this address. Some benefits apply only to your primary residence. Some require you to own and occupy the home. Some depend on your school district. Some depend on whether your county, city, town, or village adopted the benefit. Some depend on income, some have a deadline, some require renewal. So do not only ask, do seniors get a discount? Ask the office to check your property address and tell you which programs exist where you live. Check number 2. Know the program names before you call. Many seniors miss these benefits because they do not know the words used by the local office. The benefit may not be called a senior discount. It may be called a senior citizen's exemption. It may be called a homestead exemption. It may be called an age 65 or older resident's homestead exemption. It may be called an assessment freeze. It may be called a property tax deferral. It may be called star or enhanced star. It may be a local option exemption that your city, county, or school district had to adopt. For example, New York has senior exemption rules and star programs. Texas has over 65 residents homestead rules through county appraisal districts. Florida uses county property appraisers for exemption applications and local benefit details. Illinois has senior homestead, senior freeze, and senior deferral programs. Those examples are not one national rule. They are proof that the names and rules change by location. When you call, say this: I am a homeowner and this is my primary residence. I want to ask whether my county has any senior property tax relief programs, including exemptions, freezes, deferrals, over 65 benefits, STAR programs, or local options. What form should I file, and what is the deadline? That is much stronger than asking, can I get a discount? Check number 3. Do not assume the benefit is automatic. Some homeowners think that once they turn 65, the tax office automatically knows and automatically lowers the bill. Do not assume that. Some offices may have systems that help identify eligibility, but many exemptions still require an application, proof, signature, renewal, or income verification. If the office does not have your form, your bill may come exactly the same as before. And by the time the bill arrives, the deadline for that tax year may already have passed. This is where people lose money. They wait until the bill is printed. They call in frustration. Then they find out they should have applied earlier. In some communities, deadlines can come months before the tax bill arrives. In others, the deadline may be tied to an assessment date, tax year, or application period. The safe rule is simple. Check before the bill arrives. Check before the assessment notice is final. Check before the deadline. And if you already missed the deadline, still call and ask, can I file now for next year, and is there any late filing option for my situation? You are not asking for a favor. You are asking the official office to explain the rules for your property. Check number 4. Prepare the documents before you apply. This is where a lot of people get stuck. They find the program, but then delay because they do not know what paperwork is needed. Most senior property tax programs will want to verify some combination of age, ownership, primary residence, income, disability status, veteran's marital status, or prior exemption history. The exact list varies, but you should be ready to gather a few basic items. Proof of age, such as a driver's license, state ID, birth certificate, or other accepted document. Proof that you own the home, such as deed information, tax bill information, closing papers, or property records. Proof that the home is your primary residence, such as the address on your driver's license, voter registration, vehicle registration, utility bill, or other official records. Income information if the program has income limits. That may include tax returns, Social Security forms, pension statements, IRA distribution records, or other household income documents. And if you are applying as a surviving spouse, disabled person, veteran, or another special category, ask what extra paperwork is required. Do not send original documents unless the office specifically tells you to and you understand how they will be returned. Ask whether copies are accepted. Ask whether you can apply online, by mail, in person, or by appointment. And keep a copy of everything you submit. Write down the date, the name of the person you spoke with, and any confirmation number or receipt. This is how you protect yourself if the bill later comes out wrong. Check number 5. Understand the difference between an exemption, a freeze, and a deferral. These words sound similar, but they are not the same. An exemption usually reduces the taxable value of the property. If your home is valued at a certain amount, the exemption may remove part of that value from taxation. That can reduce the bill, depending on local tax rates and the type of exemption. A freeze usually freezes an assessed value or limits how much an assessment can rise, but this does not always mean your total tax bill will never go up. If tax rates increase, if special assessments are added, or if you make improvements to the property, the bill can still change. A deferral is different. A deferral may allow qualified seniors to delay paying certain property taxes, but the amount may have to be repaid later, often when the property is sold, transferred, or no longer qualifies. In some programs, interest or a lien can be involved. So when you ask about benefits, do not only ask, how much will I save? Ask, is this an exemption, a freeze, a deferral, or a credit? Does it lower the tax bill, lower the assessed value, freeze the assessment, or delay payment? Does it apply to all property taxes or only certain taxes? Does it affect school taxes? Do I have to renew every year? Could the bill still go up even if I qualify? Those questions can prevent a very expensive misunderstanding. Check number 6. Be careful with income limits and household rules. Many senior property tax benefits are not based on age alone. Age may open the door, but income, residence, ownership, and local rules may decide whether you actually qualify. A program may require you to be 65 or older and meet a household income limit. Another program may look at the combined income of owners and spouses living in the home. Another may treat Social Security, IRA distributions, medical deductions, or non-taxable interest in a special way. Some rules may exclude certain income. Some rules may include income you did not expect. That means you should not assume you are over the limit just because your gross income looks high. And you should not assume you are under the limit just because your monthly Social Security check is modest. Ask the office. What income year do you use? Whose income counts? Do you count Social Security? Do you count IRA distributions? Are medical expenses deducted? What form proves income if I do not file a federal tax return? These questions are especially important for widows, widowers, married couples, people living with adult children, people who recently moved, and people whose income changed after retirement. Check number 7. Watch for renewal rules. Some property tax benefits do not continue forever without action. You may need to renew. You may need to certify that you still live in the home. You may need to prove your income again. You may need to update the office if your spouse died, if the deed changed, if you moved into a care facility, if the property was placed in a trust, or if another owner was added. Do not assume last year's exemption continues automatically. If you already receive a senior property tax benefit, call and ask, is my exemption still active for the next tax year? Do I need to renew? Will I receive a renewal form? What happens if I do not receive the form? Has the income limit changed? Has the deadline changed? Sometimes the program did not disappear. The homeowner simply missed a renewal notice, failed to answer a letter, changed ownership, or moved without understanding how the exemption would be affected. Check number 8. Do not rely on unofficial websites. This is very important. When people search online for property tax relief, they often see ads, private companies, lead generation websites, and pages that look official but are not the real county office. Some companies may offer to file forms for a fee. Some may ask for personal information. Some may make the benefits sound guaranteed. Be careful. Your first stop should be the official county assessor, county appraisal district, county property appraiser, state revenue department, or local tax office website. Call the number printed on your property tax bill or assessment notice. Do not click a random ad that says, "Seniors get property tax relief now." Do not pay someone just to find out whether a free county form exists. There may be legitimate professionals who help with complicated property tax appeals or estate issues, but first learn what your official office provides for free. And never give your Social Security number, banking information, or deed information to a caller who contacts you out of the blue claiming they can unlock a senior property tax refund. Verify first. Check number 9. Adult children should help parents check this early. If you help a parent, grandparent, aunt, uncle, neighbor, or older friend with paperwork, this is a good thing to check before there is a crisis. Many older homeowners are proud. They may not tell anyone the tax bill is becoming hard to pay. They may cut groceries, delay prescriptions, or use savings because they think there is no other option. So instead of asking, "Can you afford your tax bill?" ask something softer. Have we checked whether your county has any senior property tax exemption or assessment freeze? That question feels less intrusive. You can sit together, find the official county site, call the office, and ask what programs exist for that address. Do not take over unless they want help. But do help them keep a folder with the tax bill, deed information, exemption forms, proof of age, income documents, renewal notices, and confirmation letters. A missed deadline can cost a household money for a full tax year. Check number 10. Know what this video does not mean. This does not mean every senior gets property tax relief. This does not mean you should stop paying your property tax bill. This does not mean your bill is wrong just because it is high. This does not mean a benefit in one state applies in another state. This does not mean an exemption removes all property taxes. This does not mean a freeze locks every part of your bill forever. This means one thing. Older homeowners should check their official local property tax office before the bill arrives, because there may be a program they are missing. Here is your action checklist. First, find your latest property tax bill or assessment notice. Second, identify the official office name on that bill. Third, call or search the official website and ask about senior property tax relief programs. Fourth, ask for the deadline and whether the benefit applies to the current year, next year, or both. Fifth, ask what documents you need: proof of age, ownership, primary residence, income, disability, veteran status, or surviving spouse status. Sixth, ask whether renewal is required every year. Seventh, keep copies of everything. And eighth, if the answer is no, ask one more question. Are there any other property tax relief programs for seniors, disabled homeowners, veterans, surviving spouses, or low-income homeowners in this county? That final question matters. because sometimes the program you qualify for is not called a senior exemption. It may be a disability exemption. It may be a veteran exemption. It may be a surviving spouse benefit. It may be a state circuit breaker program. It may be a tax deferral program. It may be a school tax relief program. You do not need to know every program name before you call. You just need to ask the right office the right questions. So before the next bill arrives, do not panic and do not assume. Check. One phone call can tell you whether you are already receiving every exemption you qualify for, whether you missed one, whether you need to renew, and what deadline matters next. Subscribe for more plain English senior benefit alerts, and share this with a homeowner over 60, a retiree on a fixed income, or an adult child helping a parent with bills. A high property tax bill can shake a household budget. But missing a local exemption because nobody told you to ask is a mistake you may be able to prevent.